Hi Aquarius, this is going to be your June 2021 cosmic forecast, taking a deep dive into your month ahead and beyond using the tarot deck, astrology and oracle. What I will do is pull for the past, present and future. We'll show you the spread, we'll go deeper, but for now, let's get going with these cards. What has Aquarius been dealing with? We'll pull cards now for past energies around you. So we've got the Seven of Swords. This is an Aquarian card coming through, Seven of Swords. Oh, and another one with the Six of Swords coming through for Aquarius. Okay. Mercury in Aquarius. Okay, and we've got another sword energy coming through here. Let me just see. This is going to be Eight of Swords. Okay. A lot has been on your mind, Aquarius. A lot of planning, a lot of even maybe sneaking around, a lot of like doubt and self-limiting beliefs about yourself. Okay, Saturn has just stationed retrograde in your sign, Aquarius. Saturn went retrograde in the sign of Aquarius on May 23rd. We're going to go into that astrology and see what that means for you, but it's in a pretty important transit. Okay, before going into these cards, let's get some out for the present energies. So this is going to be June 2021. What kind of energies can Aquarius expect? We'll go look into these, but so far we've got sword energy. It's really coming through very strong. A new opportunity will present itself in the month of June to you, a new path to take on. Now we've got our pentacle energy coming through, Knight of Pentacles. Might be a slow burner, but I think ultimately very much in alignment for you. Knight of Cups, another knight. You are ambitious this month, Aquarius. You're following your heart. You are putting your plans into motion now. Yeah, maybe it'll take a while, but ultimately it seems really right for you. Let's pull now get some cards out for future energies coming up. Let's put this to June, end of June going into July, but always remember, Aquarius, the energy on these readings, like time, is fluid. So whenever you catch this reading, take what resonates when it does and just leave the rest. Let's see what's coming up June, end of June into July for Aquarius. Okie doke. We will see Queen of Cups. Love to see that beautiful energy. I think you need that tender love and care after the May you've had. Ten of Pentacles. It's very successful energy that's up and coming. And Knight of Swords, another knight in reverse. There might be a lot of ambitious people around you too, like-minded people, peers, colleagues, same age group, same sort of a vibe, and you're all hustling together. That could be what's coming up. Right, let's have a look. Let's take this back before pulling cards. I'm going to then turn the camera down and show you this reading, but first of all, what have all these triggers been for you recently? I mean, I have three sword cards here coming through for the month of maybe May, could even be April, but I'm thinking like May time for you. There's been a lot of triggers. There's been a lot of on your mind. You feel like you have to do it all yourself. You feel very isolated and very like alone. And some of this is kind of, Aquarius, some of this is your own doing. Some of this is you thinking that you're the only person for the job, and you're not being transparent with the people around you at this time. You're not being transparent with the people around you about how much is on your mind and how much you need a break. And this was in the past, so it looks like things are easing up for you, but I feel like that was a really, really stressful month for you in May, and you couldn't share it with people because you didn't maybe want to burden them, but it was just this energy of like, I can only help myself and no one understands me. I feel kind of lonely. But you were able to, in a way, break free of it. But then once you felt like you were taking, basically we went to the 7, to the 6, to the 8. So we were moving forward. Then something happened where we had to take a step back, reevaluate, try and gain some sort of a harmony in our mind again. And then we wanted to push forward, and then we were like, okay, I can do this. And then you were met with all these like thoughts in your head, like these this cycle of negative thoughts, like kind of keeping you feeling like debilitated and stuck where you were. I'm going to clear up some more cards to go into that and figure out what this was, but it was just a whole lot of stress and a whole lot of little bit of movement forward while I'm pushed back. Okay, June looks like we're opening June with a new opportunity, and if it doesn't present itself like such a clear offer like, hey Aquarius, here's a job for you, or hey Aquarius, can you meet me, I have something to discuss, it just feels like the energy has shifted and you can see a clearer path out of all this mental turmoil that you were in, and you can sort of you're starting, like the pieces are falling into place and you're starting to kind of align yourself with your next adventure, with your next chapter in life. The seeds are being sown, kind of a thing. Okay, there was an eclipse that we'll talk about in a moment, but that could have been what some of this tension was coming around. The eclipse fell on May 26th. That kind of could have set off catalyst for sort of more significant endings and beginnings in your life, particularly around maybe friendships and alliances, or like networks or communities you're part of. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. Right, so you're being tugged in two directions, okay? You're being pulled towards your work, and then there's something you want to do that feels more heartfelt. So the new opportunity that presents itself in the month of June, Aquarius, I feel like that's going to be something that's a bit more money orientated, more work orientated, more task orientated, where it's a part or a section or a phase of your life where you need to put like dedicated hard work, time and effort into it. Though it's not this like get rich quick scheme, it's nothing that's just like, you know, a big windfall and you're taking off and you're charging. No, this new opportunity that presents itself will require some careful planning, and you'll have to become aware, Aquarius, that this is not just gonna happen overnight. Time and effort, endurance. Think of endurance, and that's Saturn retrograde. Well, your ancient ruler is Saturn, Aquarius. I don't think Aquarius doesn't understand endurance. They do, and they're not into quick results, and that's just not your vibe. So we'll talk about the Saturn retrograde a little bit more in the sign of Aquarius. It's important. Knight of Cups. There is something else though that's heartfelt for you, and you want to follow it. You're led towards something that feels more emotive to you. It feels more connected to you. It feels more aspirational, and it feels more dreamy, more, yes, like your aspiration, your dream, your wish, your hopes, and it's like your heart's leading you there. So we are tugged in two directions in the month of June, but ultimately I see you being more focused at that time on the new opportunity and the work side of things, because let's face it, yes, we may have creative pursuits, artistic talents and gifts and things we want to explore, but the bills need to be paid. All right, so we're going forward then, and we're jumping into the end of June, going into July with some really beautiful energy. Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Oh, this is gorgeous. Self-care, feeling like yourself again, but tending. You need some tender loving care. It may come from a family member, and family might have been a little bit dysfunctional recently. I'm not gonna say I don't see that. I see Knight of Swords and Ten of Pentacles together. Some sort of a dysfunction in the family, and arguments, or just like sudden movement here and there, and you having to be I feel like, Aquarius, you've had to be in a lot of places, and you feel like you're stretched quite thin at the moment, and even going forward you feel like you're going to be stretched thin. So Ten of Pentacles is the utmost success in terms of career, money matters, material wealth, and you feel very secure by the end of the month, and that's great. You're going to feel very secure, very accomplished, and I really think if any of you are in business, and the type of business you might be in is something like to do with children or childcare or helping kids out, you're really in a secure position in that. And if it's something more creative, Queen of Cups, like a artistic expression, Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, you're starting to sort of see that this could be something that could be a legacy for me. And Aquarius, this Saturn is the planet that rules over long periods of time and karma and endurance. And when it goes retrograde, anytime a planet goes retrograde, it just amplifies the signatures of that planet. So time and karma and endurance, and it's just amplified for you. Legacy is time, and legacy is endurance, and so I really see some of you seeing what you can do for a legacy. All right, let's have a look at these cards together, Aquarius, and see what else we need to figure out about it. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about this astrology, okay? So So Saturn went retrograde in the sign of Aquarius on May 23rd, okay? And that is going to be, I read this astrology, by the way, guys, for Aquarius Rising more applicably. So if you know your rising sign Aquarius, like if you're an Aquarius Sun with the Leo Rising, head over and check out the reading for Leo, for example, because there you'll find your messages for your astrology. For Aquarius Rising, this retrograde started and began in your first house of identity. So I feel like during the retrograde will last from May 23rd until the end of October. During this time, you will be redefining yourself. Will it be physical? Will it be like losing weight or reinventing yourself? Will it be emotional, like figuring out, redefining what you truly, truly desire? Once Saturn, your ruling ancient ruler Aquarius, stations direct in October, that's all going to be extremely clear to you. You will have learned about yourself, you will have gone on an inward journey, and you will apply what you know from that inward journey to your outer world. And it's kind of a redefining of yourself. You'll know who you are, and because you know who you are, you will be restructuring your life based off of that and based off what you've kind of learned. And Aquarius, you're going to be living life on your own terms. Hallelujah. Okay, let's talk about that eclipse that happened on May 26th. Could have been triggering, could have been stressful. Swords, Okay, the mental suit of the tarot, the swords, our thoughts, our intellect, our triggers, our stresses, our mind. Okay, so eclipses in astrology, they are hyper-fueled lunations that fuel our destiny. If we're not on our aligned destined path, the astrology suggests with an eclipse that it will just heighten and like really kind of generate more energy for a change to happen, so that change will kind of like propel you, tower moment at the bottom of the deck, onto your next endeavor, onto your destined path. Okay, Aquarius Rising, this eclipse happened in your 11th house of extended friend groups, networks, communities, collaborations, more or less friends and alliances. So you may have felt like you've been ending some alliances on a larger scale, or beginning and keeping up to date better with suggested friends, colleagues, or networks, okay? You seem to be requiring some validation at this time from friends and groups and activities you're part of, and some of you, I believe, by the end of June into July will have actually culminated, tens are about culminated a creative dream, or one of your aspirations or dreams could have come to manifestation. Before going in and pulling some more cards, let's pull an oracle for you now, Aquarius. Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising, any Aquarius placement, this is for you. And it's called Hear the Yellow Tiger Mother, number 13. This number may be important to you as you hear this, or maybe the number 4 if we break that down. Hear the Yellow Tiger Mother. I'll read you a brief description of this, and we'll see what we've got to say about it before pulling more cards to clear up our rows. Okay, hear the Yellow Tiger Mother, Aquarius. Sometimes we must be strong and hold true while others around us seems to be shifting and changing. That's that eclipse energy, that change around you. The Yellow Tiger Mother, Kuan Yin, in her guardian role, is roaring her divine sound within you. She asks you to hear her, to remember that you are a powerful being of light, and even whilst you are in flow with universal forces, your strong roots help you be at peace with your truth, standing your ground whilst your light shines true. It seems like your strength at this time is needed, Aquarius. Like you feel like you're a protector of others. You feel like you're a protector of yourself. Maybe you have a protector or a guardian, but I actually see some of you stepping into this role, even yourself. All right, let's go, Aquarius. Let's find out what else we need to know and pull some more cards. Let's take it back to this row of these swords, these stressful swords maybe. Okay, what's been going on with, let's take deeper messages from the month of May. What's been going on in the past with these swords cards for Aquarius? Ambition coming up, but before that, we need to figure out what this was all about. The World, Saturn, and the Six of Cups. these triggers came up around somebody from your past. Could have been a sibling, a close friend, a dear beloved person to you, but it was somebody that is a past person from you. You shared a lot with this person. You've crossed major hurdles and cycles, and you've actually probably brought life cycles to completion with this person. That could have been like a baby, that could have been a pregnancy, a graduation, a promotion, something big that you said, okay, that was a really job well done, we did it together. Some of you are just you were stressed that the project was completed, and you have completed recently a huge cycle of your life. Saturn rules the World card, so think again of long cycles, time, endurance, karma, okay? And that makes sense. It's Saturn stationed retrograde on May 23rd. Even if you're not Aquarius rising, figure out Aquarius sun, where Aquarius is in your birth chart, what house it is. That's where the retrograde is happening. That will shed light onto where this kind of re-examination of self is a kind of occurring in what sector of your life. But all in all, Aquarius, it just seems like the stresses were coming from finally getting something finished, where it seemed like it took a lot out of you mentally, where it seemed like it brought up a lot of doubts for you. Like Saturn rules fears too, and Eight of Swords is the card of fears and self-limiting beliefs. What if I'm not good enough? Saturn will ask. What if there's something else I should be doing? What if I'm wasting my time? Saturn does test us, and it tests our limits, okay? Saturn is the furthest out planet, so insofar as it's the limit, the furthest planet that can still be seen with the naked eye. And that there, in fact, kind of just suggests a limit in itself. So you may have been tested, your limits have been tested in the past, recent past. It brought up fears for you, but overall, look what you have accomplished. And remember, once we break free of the trap of the Eight of Swords, where it's like, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, this won't be successful. Once you've done it and completed it successfully, you're like, oh, hang on a minute. That's going to be forever stored in your psyche. That's going to be forever a part of your consciousness, that I was able to do that, no matter how scary it was, and you did it successfully, and you were able to reward yourself by hanging with friends, family. You got the support from them, and actually after it was all stressful and back and forth and one step forward, 10 steps back, maybe it felt like at certain times, but then you got it done, and then harmony was restored. And the Six of Cups is total emotion. 6 is the number of harmony, 3 equality, harmonized. And this just tells me that your equilibrium was restored emotionally after you finally got this project successfully completed. All's well that ends well, right, Aquarius? Let's look at this ambitious row here, new opportunities. Torn between your heart and what needs to be done practically and what you really desire. Let's look at these cards. So we've got 9 of Cups here, which is beautiful energy. Jupiter in Pisces, Aquarius rising, Jupiter in Pisces is now in your 2nd house. So money is looking good for Aquarius rising this month. Money is looking real good. And then we have got our 7 of Cups, but you're kind of, the moon at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's that Piscean energy here with the 9 of Cups and the moon card. Jupiter in Pisces and Pisces here. We have Knight of Cups too, which is Pisces. You may be dealing with the Pisces in a really, really big way. Maybe that's a source of your inspiration, because of Jupiter being in Pisces is extremely inspirational. Jupiter is at home there in Pisces. Pisces is the sign of dreams, daydreams. This is going to be our card for daydreaming, and also Pisces rules over delusions and illusions. So does the moon, so does the 7 of Cups. You're getting swept up in what could be. You're getting, you feel like you're losing the run of yourself, but you know what? If there's ever a time to lose the run of yourself and dream big and just dream so hugely, it is when Jupiter is in Pisces, okay? So some of you are very creative in terms of, like, even I feel like Piscean themes, poetry, creative writing, expression, the arts, music, singing, all of those kind of things. So I can see why you're torn, because this opportunity that presents itself isn't really like that. It doesn't really seem to be that artsy, dreamy, la-di-da kind of mystical vibe. It seems practical, it seems aligned, and it seems strong, okay? It'll take its time, but hello, Saturn, endurance, we're okay with that. I believe Aquarius is okay with that. But I see what you want. Your heart is looking at this more. Knight of Cups is looking at these more fantastical, more artistic, more even, I don't know, it could be with film, it could be with like film, I'm seeing the arts. Okay, but okay, you have everything you want more or less in the month of June, and you're kind of like, okay, I've got everything I want, but you're getting swept up in the illusion of one certain thing. There is one thing that you don't have, and you're not seeing it clearly. Some of you are kind of feeling coveting something else that like isn't actually what it seems to be, right? So you think you really want this thing, you're looking at it with rose-colored glasses, very Piscean, you're looking at it, and it could be money matters. So you think, Jupiter in Pisces and Aquarius rising second house. You think that this will all make you all the finances, and maybe it will, but I see if money is what you need right now, if it's what you need, if you don't need it, go for this. But if you need money and you need to pay the bills, it seems like the practical approach must be taken for this time. That doesn't mean that the creative and heartfelt pursuits cannot happen. Oh, we have our little Pisces fish here as well, swimming upstream. We see that the Queen of Cups, you can still nurture those ambitions of yours into July. It doesn't have to be right now. We have a Mercury retrograde happening for the most part of June, Aquarius, so why not put the bigger plans on hold to decide to start something new? Nurture them until they're ready to go, maybe July or August. But there's something that you're not seeing totally clearly. You're seeing something very much with rose-colored glasses this month, which is great, but don't act on that. Like, harness that creative spark and that kind of artistic side of yourself. Harness it, hold it, nurture it until you can apply it practically as well. Okay, that's looking good. I expect for you to be daydreaming a lot this month. I expect for you to be very in the flow of mystical or dreamland, and that's beautiful, and it's very inspirational energy to be in for that month. So enjoy June, enjoy that. Let's have a look going beyond now. Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords in reverse. What's coming up for Aquarius around that? King of Wands in reverse. Six of Pentacles. You need to figure out something with this either dysfunctional family situation that's going on, or dysfunctional boss situation that's going on, or there's a lot of ambitious people around you at the moment and a lot of go-getters around you, and you're conscious of that. And you need to funnily enough, you need to treat these people with kindness. Yes, they are pushing you and kind of stressing you out, and you're not really fully understanding them, but you need to treat them with kindness for whatever reason. The King of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, both in reverse. You feel like if you do that, you're just not getting what you deserve. You feel like, there's a stubbornness attached to you at the moment, Aquarius, by the end of the month. But overall, you feel like you're not dealing with the nicest people, the most friendly people, the most sincere people. And if you can't engage with them, don't stoop to their level. Treat them with kindness. They need it. If they're acting up, you step into Queen of Cups. Okay, these people need a little bit extra love. I don't have to be around them, but I can hold them in my heart with love, or I can, be compassionate, basically. And I don't need to stoop to their level, because you're being tested by people at the end of the month. People that are insisting that you're here, there, and everywhere. People that maybe even belittle you and your worth. this is a kind of energy of your worth and what you deserve and what's owed to you, essentially being belittled and almost like they're trying to take it away from you, or some energy of them not giving it to you, but you can rise above, essentially. And if you don't rise above and you get on their level and engage, that's just going to cause more stress, more dysfunction. It's either around family, I'm sensing, or a family run business or enterprise, or like if you work at a corporation, that's where I would see that probably coming up for you. And if it is, it's like you having to fight for the money that you deserve. You have to fight a boss, you have to fight a superior just to be seen. That's what I'm seeing for you, Aquarius. But overall, dreamy, beautiful Jupiterian and Pisces energy for the month of June. Enjoy that, let the creative juices flow. That's going to be your reading for June 2021. If you liked this, Aquarius, please consider sharing, liking, or subscribing to this channel. Bye.